Hi there. My name is Malta. I'm visiting your planet from my native planet, the planet of Malta, where I was born, I believe. So I'm not sure. Maybe it was just another planet I was visiting last time. Anyway, uh, people keep asking me about the life on this planet of Malta. Last time they were curious about our gods and afterlife. And I'm happy to share anything I remember about this subject. But before I jump into it, a short disclaimer. There is an amnesia effect to multiverse travel. The further you travel, the less you remember about your past life on the previous planet. Well, there could be some items which I don't remember exactly, which could be vague about this planet of Malta. The problem is that I may be filling into these gaps by being creative and imagining stuff because I'm not sure myself often whether I'm creating it on the fly or I'm remembering some real stuff. So beware. There could be some inaccuracies and take all that stuff I'm presenting in this talk with a grain of salt. Okay, let's jump straight into the subject. In terms of gods and afterlife, there are a lot of similarities between our planets and our societies. There are communities which believe in many gods. There are others who worship one single almighty God. The afterlife is also depending on what kind of God you worship. There could be different afterlives. In general, everything very similar to what you have here, except one specific feature we have on our planet. We have custom-made gods and afterlife. Let me explain. Custom-made gods means that we can compose the list of the requirements and features we expect this god to have. We attach a name to this list and we attach practices, specific functions, social events associated with this custom-made god. And that the whole package has a list of requirements, social practices, and some private experiences we may have. We call it a custom-made god, which may have some specific name attached to it. Just to be specific, let me show a short list of what kind of features we may expect from such a custom-made god. Of course, we want it to be a moral compass, so that all those questions, why this one is evil, this event or this statement or this action is evil, or why it's good, eventually all those questions are answered by referring to the God and having them as a final point where you got all your answers to these ethical and moral questions. So the God is a moral compass. Besides that, he is a gatekeeper. He is someone who welcomes you when you pass away, and he is introducing you to the afterlife, the way you behave there, the way it functions, and what to expect there, and how it works, and in general, the whole other bunch of stuff which might be relevant to passing into the afterlife. Now, of course, we would like to be able to talk to our gods, to pray to them, to ask them, and we would like them to be able to listen to us and to be compassionate to our thoughts, emotions, and problems. Sometimes this compassion could be delegated to our friends, for example, or family members. We would expect this compassion not directly from the God, but those members of our community, maybe. And this way, the God delegates his services to be carried out and delivered by some other means, not directly, but through the intermediate ways. Now we would like, of course, this God to reveal itself uh, by helping us to transcend our finite beings and getting in touch into this goodness and beauty which is permeating the whole universe and which is always there, which we may forget about it, we may turn away from it, but from time to time we get in touch to it, and that's the way those gods, we hope, reveal themselves and show themselves to us. Now, besides that, we would like those gods to show themselves, apart from this direct experience of the goodness and beauty, we would like to experience them through the more roundabout intermediate ways by attaching some social events to the notion of God. By running those social events, participating in them, we have a secondary and intermediate experience of those gods. And that's roughly a very short list of items we would expect from our gods. Then, as I mentioned, there are practices, there are experiences, and you take the whole this set together, and that's what we call our God. You give it a name, and you have your God. With regard to afterlives, again, the afterlives are different depending on what kind of gods you have. In my community, we believe in karma and reincarnation, live like animal in this life, you are born as an animal next life, live like a human being, you are born as a human being, and if you live like a God, whatever it is, perhaps something above the average, if you live a good life, next time you may be granted to be born on the plane which is populated by gods. Now there are different lines of there are different schools of thoughts which explain those custom-made goods and afterlife. Some believe that by designing those gods and attaching practices to them and worshipping them, we are creating them from scratch. We are instantiating those abstract conceptual stuff we pull out from these Platonic abstract realms and make this stuff real. If we don't worship those gods, if we forget about them, they tend to disintegrate and then disappear from the realm of those particular stuff and become again abstract concepts which have little to do with our daily lives. For those gods to be real, to be present and meaningful, they must be worshipped on a regular basis. That's one school of thought. Another school of thought is that we are not creating anything. It's just the multiverse is so huge, so big. There are so many different different anything you can encounter that whatever kind of design you make for your gods and afterlife, you are bound. You are eventually you will find one of the universes with exactly the same God, exactly the same afterlife. And by worshipping your gods, by remembering them, by going through those cultural practices, you are just opening a portal into this universe or this realm. You are clearing up the tunnel which connects your present day universe, the universe you live, the world you live. It connects it to this member of the multiverse where this God resides and this afterlife exists. Anyway, I think it doesn't matter which interpretation is right and which is not so right, as long as those gods work and as long as they fill up our lives with meaning, with beauty, with the moral directions, ethical directions. I think it doesn't matter whether we create them from scratch or they've been up there into the parallel universe and we just get access to them through the practices. That's it. That's all I wanted to share with you about our gods and afterlife. Thank you. Take care. Bye.